Well, are we ready for more dialogue? Because we definitely have more dialogue. There's one place, Baron Module, your dialogue, but
What?
I don't think there's anything
Sorry.
that he.
I didn't hear that. But he's not some feral.
I don't think there's anything he'll give us.
You haven't? Well, if you do it. The thing is, so it's like the
Blah
mercenary.
blah 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 blah. This is just a lot of like
No, it.
backstory to Dantooine. Maybe I should just. I'm so sick of dialogue though. I've done like so many episodes of dialogue, but basically, Zeron is prodding the mercenaries and making things worse. Adam Larp is here now. Remember, he was in the first game. He was the merchant in Dantooine, but he is just a merchant. So let's skip all this and sell. Now, do I want to sell some stuff? I think I want to sell one of those. I want to sell that. I want to sell that. I want to sell that. 2 to 14, that's actually quite good. Sonic Rifle is actually quite good. We'll sell that, we'll sell that, we'll sell one of these. Actually, we'll sell both of these. And we'll sell the Gan Silencer. Keep the Plasma Torch, because I always like keeping the Plasma Torch for some reason. Just sell... That is worth a lot. We'll sell the Wisdom Upgrade. And the self-sustaining unit, because they're so freaking... I can get so much money from selling all this stuff. Yeah, the war gloves are really bad. $2,200 each time we sell the Handmaiden's robe. So that's that little trick to get infinite robes is very, very good. Alright, what does he have to buy? There's a Zabrak Vibroblade, which is okay. A Rodian Deathblade, which is decent. It does attribute damage, constitution and strength. But I'm not really looking at this and I'm not really seeing anything that I really want. The Sith Power Gauntlets are quite good. I'll maybe buy them. But apart from that, he has not a lot. At all. Who wants... I want them. You already have some. I think you are actually best getting the Sith Power Gauntlets. Give you them. And your strength is now, yeah, 18. Right, okay. What else is there to do in Khoonda? I'm trying to put off talking to the Zeron. Okay, we need to talk to this guy.
I'm the militia captain here. Are you here because you're in trouble or looking for it? Depending on how greedy you are, we might have some work for you. Before that, though, you got any other reason for coming to militia headquarters? I suppose you're right, as long as you don't break any laws. I'm sure you got questions of your own, and if you're interested, I might have some work for you. You want something? Some of the salvagers went deep into the ruins and found a lot of Jedi relics. It's the most valuable all the salvagers ever got. But all the salvagers that went down there are dead. So it seems every day or so some salvager comes claiming they're owed by such and such, or that they're related. The whole thing makes me sick. Garvik says he won the whole claim in a Pazak game with the last survivor, right before he killed him. But that was a fair fight. There were witnesses. But nobody remembers Garvik ever playing Pazak. I just hope someone takes this blasted claim off my hands I'm tired of those lowlives pestering me. We've got real work to do. You want something? I've seen a lot of visitors come through Khoonda. You're the first one in a while that looks the capable sort. We have a small problem with Kinrath. Maybe you've already seen some of them. They're coming from a cave in the Khoonda plains. I'd take care of it myself, but there aren't many people in the militia. We'd lose too many men. There's a reward if you do it. Kinrath are normally just pests. We think something happened to their nest. Started near the end of the Civil War. Nobody knows for sure. Even the Ithorian. And they're smart about such things. $2,000 credits. I agree with you, but I don't barter. I got more important things to do. We used some explosives to seal a cave a couple years back. Just made them angrier. They burrowed another entrance even closer to us. I know there are crystals in there too. Some of the salvagers once thought about going in there to get some extra credits. Too many Kinrath though. Cave is on the southeast side of the plains. Shouldn't be hard to find. That's all I can ask. You want something? You really should talk to Barun about general questions. There aren't more than a dozen of us, and there's too many problems. People keep hoping that...
Okay, so these are all, we don't really need to go through these, I don't think. Like, we're not going to learn anything new that we don't know. It's not going to lead to anything, so just leave that there. So that's, we got a couple of side quests off of Zeron. Well, I don't think we got the salvage quest, but we did find out about it at least. The administrator's in there, but there's Garavik.
Your luck is no friendly.
He's just an ass.
Many of I am done.
He won't talk to you after that one interaction, no matter what you do. Another private door over here. We can't go really anywhere, really. It's pretty annoying. Like, Khoonda is tiny. Everywhere's sealed. Or needs a card key. Both of which are annoying. So if we go through here, we can actually talk to the administrator and get some story progress done.
A visitor. Please, come in. Welcome to Khoonda. I am Administrator Turina Adari. You're the owner of the, ship that just landed? I'll take it as a given that the vessel is indeed yours. And unless I'm much mistaken, that's the Ebon Hawk. That vessel has been on Dantooine before, during the war. That was a Jedi vessel. My point is that the previous owner of that ship was a very influential Jedi. And Jedi are not as admired here as they once were. Right or wrong, our settlers blame the Jedi and their hidden enclave for their suffering. I remember the old Jedi Masters and the considerable help they lent to Dantooine. I still maintain discreet connections with Jedi. I suppose your arrival here is no coincidence. I feel I must step carefully here. You are not like other Jedi I have known. You seem darker somehow. Yes, I understand. Say no more. For good or ill, I feel you are the only one remaining who can help me with the present situation. My friend. Let's just call him Fruk. We've known each other for many years, and our continued friendship could create many problems in the current political climate. He came to Dantooine not too long ago. He was looking into something quite important. He's gone missing recently. Did he send for you in case something went wrong? We need the skills of a Jedi more than ever. He was helping investigate Azgul and his mercenaries, but he had his own errand to run in the Enclave. Jedi business of some sort. He went into the sub-level, which isn't without its dangers. He hasn't returned. Like many parts of Dantooine, the sub-level of the Enclave has become infested with dangerous creatures. Large, vicious insects called Lagrex have made the sub-level their home. Several salvagers have reportedly been injured or killed by the Lagrex. I would expect a Jedi to fare better against the creatures than the salvagers, but Vrook has not returned in some time. I'm starting to fear the worst. Would you be willing to go to the ruins of the Enclave to look for him? From what I know of your type, you have all of the equipment you need to deal with the sub-level. I do realize the Jedi Order disbanded, so you must find credits yourself, however. The sub-level is dangerous enough that the salvagers have not managed to properly search it. There are many artifacts of value. Normally, I ask for a percentage of all salvage. In your case, however, you can take whatever you find without the customary tithe. I will have one of the militia transmit permissions to the Enclave's security door. Go expecting danger, for you will most certainly find it there. Is there anything else I can assist you with? He was investigating the mercenaries for us. We've been increasingly concerned about them. Their behavior has always been antagonistic, but recently they've been behaving differently. Vrook was investigating this when he disappeared. We were counting on any hard intelligence he could provide. Our other assets have been unavailable recently. If you find any information on the mercenaries during your stay on our planet, please report it to Zeron or myself. There are plenty of opportunities to assist besides that.
So there's not much else we can really do here. Like, we could talk to her and we could ask a lot of questions. We could ask Zeron questions. We could ask that guy, I forget his name, questions. But really, they all say the same thing. Dantooine is in trouble after all those years of war, and the mercenaries are here and they're bad. Literally sums up.
You again. Can't you tell?
Ah, we can do this, okay. I put on a different belt that gave me a +2 to awareness, and I was wondering if this would work.
Yeah, sometimes it seems nothing works around here, but I don't have time to complain. Too much work to do. You're right. Well, between the droids, the security doors, and the gun turrets, I have my hands full.
Very good. You can always have your way with the weak-minded by catering to their ego.
All of the droids in Khoonda are relics from the last war. Most of them are damaged and rusted. Best I could do was get that ratchety old protocol droid over there operational so it could greet visitors. Most of the other droids are laying broken around Khoonda Outpost. Well, it's just one door, actually, but I could scratch my head bald before I figured out how to fix it proper. Problem is, the side security door to Khoonda was damaged in the war. Every time I try to fix it, the door either sticks open or it locks down completely. And then I have to spend a week taking it apart to get it to open or close again. The gun turrets outside the Khoonda outpost are supposed to defend against potential assaults, wild critters and the like. But they only work half the time, and sometimes they get confused as to what's friend and foe. Why, just the other day, right after I repaired one of the guns, it turned on a sorry group of militiamen returning from a patrol. No casualties, but it put several of them in the med lab, and I can't seem to fix the blasted medical droid either. Is this gonna take long?
Oh, I thought that would give me influence with Aten as well, but you know what? Like, I have enough influence with Aten. I don't need any more. It's Kreia I need influence with. Let's quickly... you know what? I think I missed something in the ship. Let me just go and check. Well, it's visas. Just gonna hit her with this. Wow, that was so easy.
My lightsaber.
Improved Force Scream
You've destroyed
for
me.
the win.
I yield, Master. It is as I heard through the Force. My life for yours. You must. The alternative is only another death. And I would rather die by your hands. I have nothing to offer you. Your strength is superior. It is as I felt.
Now I've seen everything. This woman, she's a Miraluka. I didn't think any were left in this part of the galaxy. Yeah, they're a pretty secretive race. I heard that some of their kind become Jedi, but a Sith? That's a new one. I'm not sure how you'd go about killing one. It'd be tricky.
Just mentioning it, she looks like she's suffered enough wounds already, even after the beating you gave her. I heard they had a colony on the Mid-Rim, almost halfway between Onderon and Dantooine. Then, it wasn't there anymore. The whole planet was wiped out. Nothing left alive. No one knows why.
Well, some of her wounds are pretty bad. Looks like she was already carrying her share of scars, though. I think she'll recover, yeah.
She is a threat to us. I am not asking that she be harmed or interrogated, but she is of the Sith, and she has attacked us once. She should not be allowed to walk freely on the ship.
So I did a lot of like light side stuff there. That's because I was trying to gain influence with visas. We're back on the ship again. Can I do more fighting moves with you yet?
I do not
No.
think you
I'm starting to look not as evil, and I don't like it. I want to be evil, but I have to do light side stuff to get influence. What will Kreia say about the Miraluka?
You have befriended.
No, I have not, Kreia. I've literally just beat her up once.
Her species does not see as we do. They perceive the galaxy through the Force, and it is how she found you. It is a rare gift squandered on her people. Despite your urges, it would be better to deal with her now. Whether you intend salvation or slavery, she is a threat to us. She serves one of the greatest of the Sith. She is the most trusted and only apprentice. Yet you spare her. Why? We shall see. There may be value in such a choice to keep her alive, or perhaps not. Whatever your intentions toward her, keep them restrained. Whether mercy or lust, we have time for neither. Is that so? Well, perhaps there will be a second chance for her to inflict harm, so you may test such a statement. It is good that you have never wondered what lay beneath her robes, if her alabaster skin was as white and unblemished as her face, or if perhaps she bore the scars of slavery, and if that would stir you more, if perhaps her deferent tone would change once you held her by the throat and showed her how far a Jedi can fall. Few are the thoughts that can hide in the shadows of your mind, Exile, and such passions are not strength but erosion. I cannot help see to it that you do not ever act upon your impulses. Mating with her will bring more harm than you know. Like the servant of Atris, this one has other masters. Though blind, she has ties to darkness. Her presence here is a threat to us, to you. Do not underestimate her, or her loyalty. Then you are learning. Did he? And what do you make of that? You are right to trust your instincts. Something is wrong. It is only a matter of discovering what and why. If your instincts lead you to an answer, seek me out. Perhaps we will discuss more.
There we go. Some dark side, some influence, and I wonder...
Ask.
Do we have enough?
Perhaps.
Yes!
I think it is fair to say that few did. Revan had a mother and father, parents, ancestors, like all Jedi do, and when she awakened to her potential, I was there to see it. But where she was born, where she came from, I do not know, any more than I know where she walks now. Some said that Revan was born in the outer regions, beyond the Rim, and that's what called to her during the Mandalorian Wars. And after, it was the call of home. I know more, but it may not be enough for the answers you seek. Fall. Ah, already you presume much. You were there at Malachor. Revan's choices were always her own. It was not teaching or circumstance or example, it was her. Is that what she was? Or was she always true to herself, no matter what personality she wore? And there is something that the Council may never understand, that perhaps Revan never fell. The difference between a fall and a sacrifice is sometimes difficult, but I feel that Revan understood that difference more than anyone knew. The galaxy would have fallen if Revan had not gone to war. Perhaps she became the Dark Lord out of necessity to prevent a greater evil. I do not believe the Jedi Council changed Revan as they claimed. They merely stripped away the surface and allowed the true self to emerge again, someone who was willing to wage war to save others. But that is my belief, since I knew Revan from long ago, as a master knows their apprentice. She came to me, yes, both before and after, before Revan knew herself. And after, in the times when Revan was coming into her own and learning she was more than she had been told. At one time, Revan was my Padawan, in times past long ago. But Revan, when she had learned all she could, had other masters, that fool Jar and other Jedi on other planets. She learned from each, but in the end, she turned back to me, when she realized there was nothing more to be learned from the Jedi, except how one could leave them forever. Revan was power. It was like staring into the heart of the Force. Even then you could see the Jedi she would slay etched on her soul. You are different. When I look at you, it is like staring at the death of the Force. Ask, and I... She did nothing to your eyes that was not already there. She has forced this upon you, but such crude methods are the markings of the Sith. Close your eyes. Feel this ship around you. Listen to my words. Hear the sound of the handmaidens training in the cargo hold, her hands cutting the air. The welding of the droid as it goes about its work. Now, stretch out. Hear the rumble of hyperspace, the hum of the hyperdrive. Ignore distractions and focus on my voice. The breathing of the blinded one as she meditates in the dark. Now, listen deeper, past her breathing, and listen.
As my feet walk from the ashes of KOTOR, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and...
You are strong indeed. What you heard were surface thoughts only, but it is something that masters have trained for years and never learned. That is not the real question you should ask. Is such listening enough to perceive the world around you? It is not, because to listen to the thoughts of another is much like attempting to see the universe only with your eyes. It is equally limiting. Now leave me be. I must rest.
Influence, maximum force pain, 2,000 experience points. I'm so annoyed that that didn't give me a level up. I still have got a bit to go for a level up. I don't think there's anything more we can do. we can. We can do this and we can do this, but I think we're going to leave this till next time, so thanks for being here for this episode, and come back next time when we do just a little bit more talking to Kreia, more lessons, and then we go talk to Visas, and then eventually we'll get back to the main story. Eventually.